You know what time it is. It's time we had ourselves a party. This audio is copyright 2009, WCReplays.com. And here we go. Alright everybody, this is Dredrick coming back with my return audio commentary. Was I gone? No, not really. Just my computer. So what's up guys? Been about a freaking month, maybe a little more. Yeah. Hell. So, in regards to why this thing is so damn late, basically, I was recording this very audio commentary when I realized I hadn't really prepared enough for it. I didn't really watch the games enough time, and so I really just wasn't ready to record the damn thing. I stopped myself a couple times, so I was like, wait, what the hell is going on? I had really no idea. By the way, get this first replay paused at 1 minute, if you guys didn't already check that on the website. 1 minute from Observer's point of view. It's both Undead, that's right, Undead Mirror. Anyway, so I decided, okay, I'll watch these more tomorrow and record it tomorrow, and then, what do you know, I wake up the next morning, and I go to turn on my computer, and there's just sparks everywhere. As I hit the power button, sparks going on everywhere, and it's freaking out, and then it starts to smell like burning rubber, and I'm like, oh, fuck. So, basically there was a windstorm that knocked out some power lines and sent a freaking huge power surge, which, fried my computer. So there you go, guys. Always use a surge protector. It's worth it. Fortunately, the computer was under warranty, so I got everything except the video card back, which sucks. It's a pretty nice video card, so I'm going to have to buy a new one. This new one sucks ass. I'm running Warcraft in, like, terrible settings. Anyway, so let's talk about some other things. First of all, I'm going to go ahead and just say my last audio, you know, it was pretty good. It was informative and stuff, but it wasn't good enough. Just wasn't feeling it. So, you know, we'll just call that an educational audio, and this is going to be my spectacular makeup audio commentary. This one's going to be freaking awesome, guys. We've got 3 replays here. Some freaking awesome games. We got some great bonus stuff. I got plenty of shout-outs, and hopefully got a little DJ action for you. So, hope you enjoy the experience. Get yourself a drink. My drink tonight is going to be a little less heavy than before. Just got some orange juice out of a carton here. Pour myself a glass. And now we can actually talk about the matter at hand. The games. That's right, it is going to be a best-of-3 series between our very own World Elite Pepsi Ted, and I say our very own because I love him, and MTW Fav. Probably the 2 best Undead players out there right now. I guess, I don't know, you could make an argument that Happy is, but I personally don't think Happy's better than these 2 guys, but, you know, that's my opinion. So, let's take a look at the game here. The first game, let's think about this. Ted is the Fiend Master. He's the god of fiends. Oh, Jesus, you know, it's like you think of Crypt Fiends, and you think of that chubby little Chinese guy sitting there eating a burger and you know, making Crypt Fiends. Hell yeah. So, Fav knows this, and Fav, like anybody else, is smart enough to not want to have a Fiend Mirror battle with Ted. Ted just is the master of fiends. You don't want to get into a Fiend Mirror battle. So for this first game, Fav is going to use a spectacular strategy. It's pretty new on the market, and it's been used before, but it's recently been popularized on the pro scene. DK Ghouls. And it's pretty damn cool. If you guys have seen this yet, I'm gonna give you a breakdown on how it works, when you should use it, how you're gonna play with it, and why it's gonna happen like it happens. If you haven't seen it, then you're gonna love this. It's an awesome strategy, very effective on many maps, and it's just really sexy. So, we're paused at 1 minute mark. Let's go ahead and get this unpaused. I think we've jabbered enough, and let's get to the material. So, unpause from the 1 minute mark, 1x speed, fog of war, whatever the hell you like. Point of view, whatever the hell you like. In 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so first let's take a look at Fav's base, because we all know how fiends go. Crypt, graveyard. Actually, no, he's doing the late fiend, so altar, ziggurat, crypt, graveyard. Or graveyard, crypt in this case is where... So, up here, he's doing crypt, ziggurat. That's because you don't really need your DK out particularly fast, since you need some ghouls to get some lumber. since your early game is going to rely on using ghouls to creep and harass. So you do need those out, which is why the Crypt Ziggurat is better than the Crypt Altar or the Altar Zig. Notice how he's building his base here with the Ziggurat out front. That's very, very important. You want to have that Zig out in front so you can turn that into a Nerubian Tower and deal with a Fiend push or a Lich harass. It's very useful. If you notice, it's actually the same positioning that Ted does against Night Elf, which is pretty cool. Standard play by him in terms of build order with a ghoul build. Nothing really interesting yet. On the other side, Ted is going for the late Fiend build with the fast Death Knight. I couldn't quite tell you why he's going to do this. On this map, to be honest, I personally think it's better to get... I mean, the other Fiend build just has a lot of merit, since it's a very good map to creep out with Fiends. I guess you could say he did it in case it was close spawn, because it's kind of dangerous to go up against DK or Lich Ghouls on close spawn if you're going Fiends, because they can come in really quick and sometimes end the game in about 5 minutes or such. But it doesn't really happen now, so we won't talk about it too much. Ted is going to come over with his Death Knight and try to harass, and Fav, realizing that he doesn't have any Fiends to harass, that Ted isn't going to be creeping, is going to go ahead and creep himself up. This is, pretty standard, nothing spectacular, and it's kind of hard. Unlike when you're fighting the Demon Hunter, you kind of just make sure he's not right there. You have to worry about Coil. What you're going to see he's going to do is he's going to chase the DK with his own Death Knight and Ghouls while the Skeletons finish off the creep camp, because as you know, if the Death Knight's around with the creep at about 100 HP, he can coil and get the kill. And because Fav went Aura first with the interest of getting surrounds on any Fiends Ted's going to have, he's not going to be able to counter coil. So that's putting him at a bit of a disadvantage. Notice that Ted is just now getting his Fiends. He is not doing the one Fiend tech, as is pretty popular. And also, one important thing, and something you should pretty much always do versus Ghouls, he's getting a Nerubian and a Spirit Tower very quickly in his base. Notice, Fav, of course, he can't really go harass Ted because Ted's not really doing anything. So he's going to keep creeping, and what's very smart is he's actually going to creep out Ted's creeps. Okay, this is really cool. Look at this. See how he's going to leave some of his units over here attacking the turtle, and then they're like his skeletons, and then the other units go after Ted's Fiend. Ted only has one Death Knight, so if Ted went to protect his Fiend, then the creep is going to die. And if he goes to get the creep killed, then the Fiend is going to get surrounded. So excellent play by Fav right there to kind of split Ted's interest. And Ted got the creep kill, but he lost his Fiend. So excellent play. In this early game, especially with the late Fiend build, you really have no creeping power as the Fiend player for quite a while. You've got a much faster tech, you've got a much better harass, or you actually have a harass, because you've got the hero out, but you really just don't have the creeping power. So Fav is taking advantages and squeezing every last little creep he can, and he's being very smart about it and trying to take Ted's creeps away, so that it's harder for Ted to creep up once he does get the Fiends out. This is another thing I really like. He knows his army very well, and this is something you just kind of have to learn through experience and replays, but he's going to item creep this camp out. Ted, of course, is wise to it. He's going to try to harass, but he doesn't get the creep kill or the item. So if Ted's Death Knight wasn't there, he might have tried to creep out the rest going for the Berserkers, which have medium armor, but he is there, so Fav is wisely just kind of going to back off, cut his losses, and run. Or, I should say, quit while he's ahead. Yeah, I get these sayings mixed up. The item he got kind of sucks for Undead Mirror. Actually, I don't really know about it. He's going to sell it because it's not going to be very useful for quite a long time, and he could definitely use the 200 gold now. The Rune Bracers. Nice against the Lich, but when you're going Ghouls, he's not really going to be nuking your heroes much at all. Notice, as soon as Fav gets to Tier 2, he goes to Tier 3 and starts a Dreadlord. That's right. This strategy uses a Dreadlord second. It's freaking awesome. Note how Ted's tech is quite a bit slower. That's because he got things like the second or maybe even third Fiend before he tagged and the Nerubian and the Spirit Tower. Not really too much to worry about, since with the Fiend build you're not rushing for Tier 3 quite as fast, but you still definitely want to get there. Oh, this is really cool. Take a look at this Fav's Death Knight over here. He comes to jack him, and there's an item on the ground. It's a Gloves of Haste. But Ted puts his Fiend on top of the item and makes it, and although Fav does eventually get it, it's very hard for him to get that item. That's freaking slick, you know. That's not something you can just plan out. That's just kind of genius insight right there. That was really cool.